All right, Joshua, you'll be.
Waking up for the night?
Yep.
Uh, I believe the Parthia meeting was tonight. How long does
Yes.
Joshua have to mess around until then?
Not very long. It's fairly early in the night, around 8
Early enough
p.m.
that I could go get some feeding in, or...
Maybe because you're on the verge of frenzy, so.
This is very true. Regardless, though, Joshua's gonna put on some music, start singing the Devilman theme, and, clean himself up a little bit, slick black his hair, find a nice, outfit to wear for the night, he's gotta look good if he's gonna be meeting peers.
Yeah, sure.
But in the meanwhile, he has to go eat, and he has two options, one of which he can't pay for. So I believe that leaves him with the suburbs, doesn't it?
Yeah, and does Joshua have a car, actually?
Ah, I do have the van.
Oh, that's true. So, yeah, you can go on to the suburbs.
Yep, so at the very least I could drive there, and the only plan I have for feeding right now might be if you would allow it to be done via computers.
Oh,
Because there are
so.
dumb people who don't turn off their Wi-Fi, don't turn off their Bluetooth, and I'm the local hacker. I can send them
Ah,
creepy messages like "look behind you" or "don't move."
interesting. Sure.
All right.
You can do manipulation computers.
Okay.
-2 because you're in the Barrens.
Of course. So it's going to be harder, but at least it's using my best attributes, so I'm at least happier about that. Let's see how terribly this goes down. I got one chance to try to feed tonight.
Wow. Well, you succeed. You find the dumb kid around 21 that just went out to buy a pack of six beer and just went outside to begin drinking like all alone, like. And you managed to locate him via his Bluetooth signal
Mhm,
and to basically spook him enough to manage to virtually stalking and actually stalk him too
mhm.
into an alley by saying, "I'm behind you, run!"
Joshua
Just
has like his scarf up to protect his face for a bit, and when he finally goes in, he pulls it down and goes, "Don't mind if I take a drink." And he will snatch one of the beers out and, of course, go for the neck at the same time.
and all right, do me a resolve composure roll because you're
See if I
fucking
kill
hungry.
him. And I'm tempted still.
Yes, you are. So,
So that'd be another -1.
yup.
What's just total -1 or anything additional?
-1, and you are fucking hungry. So let me check. Feeling no, the beast, no, the heart of the beast. Nah, nah. Oh, God, where is it? Bloodline, curse great and small, frenzy. Being hungry. -3 total.
Ooh, wow. I might be going down to 0 dice.
Well, chance dice for you unless you want to.
I don't think that even
Congratulations!
technically rolled any dice, to be honest. So I'm gonna hit the chance die here
Yeah,
instead.
yeah, it didn't roll. So
Yeah, just goes down to 0. So chance die,
congratulations!
0.
Dramatic failure. You begin to lose control of your beast as you just the hunger takes you. You see all is red. You just focus on the sweet taste of blood down your throat.
Here, drink a little more. I need an extra buzz.
Yeah, no, you lose all control of yourself. You growl, you snarl, you tear of its throat, and
Mhm.
when you come back by your senses, your shirt is covered in blood, and you see a dead corpse with like half of his jugular is out. Is there's not much blood to in him, so you gain 7 point of vitae.
Oh, nice.
But
Fills
you
me up.
killed someone over blood,
I sure did.
and so you gain a bit for falling to frenzy. And now,
I think that resolves tempted as well.
yes, it does.
Let's
So
go
that's
ahead.
another bit. And now you will check for humanity. Well, here it goes.
In, out, in,
Um,
out.
so,
Alright.
Sorry about that.
uh,
6.
accidental killing is 2 dice to roll.
Alright, I'm just gonna roll 2d10 here. And of course, my touchstone, my humane is not high enough for it, so I just got this 2d10
Yep.
to roll with. And willpower doesn't apply.
Nope.
And I look at it and I go,
You
that wasn't
managed
that great of a pun for a murder. I feel really bad about
Yeah,
this.
you managed to hold on to your humanity gets a bestial condition, but you're shaking like you just committed like actual murder on this guy that didn't ask for anything. You acted like a creep, you stalked him and you killed him. He's dead cold, like he's must be like 20, 22 max.
Joshua is like shaking a little bit. It's like, damn it, I've never done this intentionally before. No, it's still not intentional. It's still not my fault. It's okay. It's okay. I can. Ah, shit, his neck's broken open. Joshua's just gonna like pull out a knife, and he's going to try covering up some of the vampiric evidence of it.
Do me a dexterity medicine roll, so another chance die.
All right, if it requires medicine here instead of like maybe investigation to like remove
Nah,
evidence,
medicine to nah
then
nah.
in that case, yeah, I'm back down to a
Pick them
chance roll,
up.
and I like
Yeah.
may as well not try. Oh, but maybe I could spend 2 blood that I just got and
You
use the
can.
alchemy to heal up the wound, even though it definitely is not
No,
saving him dead.
blood alchemy doesn't work on something that has no vitae left in him. You know
Okay,
that. Blood alchemy doesn't work on the dead.
right. Well, I still need to ruin the evidence here somehow.
I can fix
If
him.
I roll with a chance die, I can
Yeah.
at least I think I can put in 3 dice here. I'm gonna use my the willpower, and I'm
Yep.
just gonna fake it till I make it. It's like I know enough about cutting things.
You do. It's disgusting because you never done that before, and you're not
Oh
feeling
god, it's everywhere.
great. It's yeah, and like there's no blood left, so you're really just slashing at dead flesh.
hmm
It's still a bit moist. You can hear the sound it makes. It's horrifying. You really don't feel great about yourself, but you think you managed to make the wound looks like a knife cut.
Right, like a psycho with a knife in an alleyway here.
You would have it would have been well. Actually, let me check. What humanity are you?
6.
6.
Oh, I guess that's a point for the breaking point as well.
Yeah. Um. 6. Yeah, it's kind of defining your corpse that you just killed is kind of breaking point too. Um. Yeah, humanity. I will say humanity 5.
Well,
So
like I'm
you
not
can.
like trying to carve off his face and then wear it. I'm literally just being a bad criminal.
Yeah, but you're trying to protect your you're trying to protect your requiem battle. So 4 dice, please.
Okay, 4 dice. Well, let's see if I fail the 4 dice here. Wow.
You
So I
fail.
do.
You lose a point of humanity as you've seen. You begin like to be horrified, and then it's like fucking. It's its fucking fault. Like, come on.
I start worrying. I stop
It's
worrying
just a
about like
fucking
what I've
corpse. Like,
done and more
yeah,
worry about what's going to happen to me. Not
yeah.
the person that I killed in front of me.
You don't get any bits for that because, well,
Already
you
got one.
already, yeah, for this scene.
Mhm.
But you do lose 1 point of humanity and slide towards the beast just a bit more.
Okay. Well, I at least finished up my work, and you said that I'm basically covered in blood on the front at this point.
Yeah, your shirt is covered in blood.
Well, at the very least, I can go hide in my van for a little bit, take off the shirt and jacket, find like which things are like not coated, maybe turn something around, or maybe like pull out like the spare like
Sure.
little T-shirt like in the back or something, and put
I mean,
that
you
on
can see
instead.
his shirt. There's not a lot of blood on it. I mean, he was wearing a hoodie, so.
Oh yeah, I could wear his clothes instead.
Hey, yeah. I mean, he's
I
dead.
can
He's
take
not
his
gonna
wallet
mind.
too while I'm at it. I don't care. But yeah, so yeah, I'll take his clothes if they're clean and mine are.
Sure.
There we go.
They're
So at
cleaner
least I
than
have something to
yours.
wear tonight,
Yeah.
and I'll take the beer too.
Well, you just you you're just adding to the injury right now, and I just
I mean, to be fair, I already murdered him. Petty theft is like the least of my sins.
yeah, but well, human
But
Joshua
needless to say, I'm
Joshua
definitely
wouldn't.
out of there.
Yeah.
I have a meeting to go to.
Do me a quick wits investigation roll because you only masked the wound, so
Okey-doke. Wits investigation, got 9 on that. 3.
yeah, you quickly take his wallet to make it look like he was mugged, like,
Mm-hmm.
and you
Mug in
mask
that
the
wee
scene a bit
south, not a
more.
vampire attack at all.
Yeah, and you're pretty sure it's fine. You're pretty sure it's okay.
It's fine. It's cool. It's fine. I got theme
Yeah,
music.
nobody knows.
Devil man. Well, at least I got a profit out of all this, right? That's what really matters in life. Yep. Joshua tells himself that
Uh,
and feels less remorse than he did a few minutes ago.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Uh, no revenant for you.
Oh boy. I think he'd have to fail all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really difficult.
Well, it's humanity +2, but
Mhm.
you're on a slippery slope, so who knows?
We'll get there. One murder at a time. I might consider a bane. I'm gonna hold on to that and think about it if that's okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I just want to get some time to like look at
If
it.
you want a -1 to your future mental roll, that's yeah, sure. But
Oh,
if
banes also
you
add penalties. I thought they were just
yeah,
penalties. So,
well, Bane add a penalty to humanity roll, but in exchange, you will never have to roll if you like just murder exsanguinate someone.
right, it might be a good thing. So, like I said, I'm gonna think about it for a little bit.
All right.
It probably won't come up again. But okay.
No, as you didn't miss the Kaffian meat gathering, it will happen like Joshua was getting to the Kaffian gathering, and I guess so are you.
Yeah, might as well.
All right, Joshua definitely arrives in clothes you haven't seen him in before. Just a hoodie and t-shirt. Sort of simple, but at least his hair is clean.
And Lucian's all suited and booted, I don't know about jazz.
All
Looking
right.
fancy tonight.
Yeah, he looks fancy most nights well, unless something else is required.
You arrive at this place. This is about downtown. It's a little crowded with a lot of people. It happened to be like um, there's a not a bouncer but a guy on the lookout. Like when you approach him, he's clearly a vampire, and he gives you a nod when you try to enter. And
Hmm.
then you see a couple of drunk humans just trying to get in and saying, "Nope, get back." This is clearly a ghouls and vampire only kind of night. There's a little bit of music in it. In the
I heard one beat of it.
you see there's like a lot of vampires and ghoul, and you see that two people are like talking loudly, kind of arguing with each others.
Being this cause for a wee eavesdrop.
Oh well, everyone is looking at them like there's clearly some big dog, or there's clearly some tension in the room, and you see this guy yelling at this girl, who is yelling back at him. There's apparently yelling about immigrant and foreign mortal and kindred, and the guy with the ridiculous Stetson hats, and he's saying we should fucking close this fucking city. Like we already have like what mobbers, and now we got another fucking naked bloodline going on and just poisoning the kind. And the letter in Sanctum is just getting like immigrants and getting them into their fucking feeding grounds, and you the girl reply by shooting louder than, it's not a fucking problem, you asshole. While you're focusing on your racist bullshit, the Invictus is trying to like get an empire in France. We're not going to answer to Paris or any other fucking big fucking cat sitting on sucking all the blood from the country. And both of them continue like arguing for a while. And everyone seems calculating, like everyone seems to be in big debate. You
Hmm.
can see Christoph, actually, the guy you saw before, and this woman. Like when you see this guy, this girl, you can you just instantly feel like she's big, like biggest fish around here. She's very calmly looking at everyone, just listening. And uh, at one point when you see the two shit, sorry. You see that the debate escalated into some fighting. You see that she step up, she places herself um, between them, and she say, "All right, enough of your bullshit. You both go somewhere else. Go talk with other people. You both condom. Nobody is going to fucking frenzy attack each other in while I'm here." And you see both of them just kind of look at her and reluctantly just Well, they stay in the bar, but just go like cool off in their own corner.
Right, right. If Suzanne there is like at the bar, you were saying, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
everybody disperse a bit.
Joshua's gonna go ahead and walk towards the bar, take a seat, and kind of go. Wow, bit of a heated night tonight, huh?
Oh, that's to be expected. We all have a lot of opinions. Who are you? Never
Oh,
seen you around here.
that's right. I'm new around these parts. Hi, I'm Joshua, and he'll go ahead and reach a hand across the bar to shake.
Ah, Josh. Yeah, I think you. She shakes you, and you. Yeah, you're one of the cultist case. Yeah.
Cultist case. They got a name for our little thing now, huh?
I mean, the one that fucking. I read your reports. Yeah, you don't know me. I'm Susan. I am the bailiff around here. So
Nice to meet you,
every
Susan.
everyone who break the law, well, if everyone breaks the law while I'm still in town, they answer to me, and I try to, well, settle things in town. And now we're investigating like the case of your, well, poisoning and death, I guess.
Bailiff is the official sheriff term for the principality here, right? Not just like a
Yeah,
particular Parthian term or something. Okay.
no, that's an Invictus term, but yeah, that's the title for the sheriff.
So how's that investigation been going?
It's not been going great. There, and it's difficult to investigate. There are powerful people, I think, and well, you have to keep the masquerade while infiltrating no cult organizations. So I've got my guys on it, but it's very very slow.
I can imagine. I guess it took us kind of shooting up the place a little to get anything out of it, and even then, I guess we didn't even get out with our lives. Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry for what. I mean, sorry you got dragged into this.
If it's anyone's fault, it's that asshole. So whatever he has coming to him, you just give it to him.
Yeah,
But I
I
do
mean,
gotta ask, what are they actually about?
we don't know. That's the problem. They're not kindred. I think we don't. We're not sure. I mean, they're working with kindreds, but we don't know. They seem to be a weird blood cult or something like that, from what we could gather.
And here I thought vampires was gonna be the weirdest part of it.
Well, when I'm not used to dealing with not well, I'm used to deal with vampire-related problem. I guess this is one, but this is a bit unorthodox.
Joshua will just sort of nod knowingly.
Yeah, so you think there are other, well, supernaturals involved in here?
I know. I think it's some. I think it's maybe a mortal or ghoul organization. I don't really know, to be honest. I'm still waiting for my guys to get me the reports, but they have to be discreet. They're infiltrating the things right now.
What was the name of that girl? I don't suppose Julie was the one working for you, was she?
Julie, yeah, she's one
Oh
of my
yeah.
gal.
Yeah, I met her. Nice girl.
Yeah,
She's
she's
on
very
top of
nice.
things.
Fucked up story, but she's nice. She's one of us. Yeah, she. She's well. Asire, sorry, Regent died a while back. He was an asshole. He tried to take over the city, and well, we dealt with him, dealt with him, and well, she, I guess, I kind of adopted her. I mean, that's not really the proper term for it, but eh, she
Uh,
works for me now.
right. Joshua will sort of nod a little bit and kind of go. So, so these are the Carthians then. I got that name right, right?
Sure are.
Hmm. So what kind of role do you play with them here?
Me, I'm, well, hmm, kind of the big sister, like trying to keep everyone from going at each other's throat. And I guess I'm kind of representing the Carthians to the prince too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we all got a lot of opinion, but we pretty much on the same team. So
So
means
cop,
like
cop and
Lena likes to say one vampire, one vote, but it's not as easy as that. Yeah, sorry. What did you say? What's your name again?
yeah,
Is that,
pretty small.
yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, so I take it the it could be compared to one big dysfunctional family.
Well, yeah. I mean, you could also apply that to the whole kindred society, but you know, guess you could say that. I mean, we're pretty tame compared to the rest of the continent, but I
Uh,
mean, we are the only, like, if you're, even if you're a ghoul in the Calcium movement, you're someone. You're not just a servant. It's pretty great.
Yeah, sounds
yeah.
like an ethos I can get behind.
As far as the hierarchies I've been seeing, this seems the most egalitarian, that's for sure. I think you're about to tell me
Well,
about these guys' ideologies, though.
well, we're branched, like we like to be a bit more on the social side, like try to um, get the kindred society to be a bit more egalitarian, but there's we're just, well, there's two group of us in turn. One asshole, like Michael is the other asshole that's trying to do eat or be eaten kind of things, like total anarchy and survival of the strongest thing. Is He's an ass, but he got his own little sycophants cult following him around.
Joshua just
We,
kind of like does a little look around and it's like, doesn't seem like he showed up here, huh?
well, he's not welcome here. Not while I'm around. I don't like him. Not trying to put, like, to have a to have an excuse. Is I fucking hate his guts. So if he
Right,
shows
doesn't
up, I
sound like it'd
beat
be an
him to
inviting
dust.
atmosphere.
Nah. But the rest of us, like, we're pretty much like, it's kind of like a senate. We'll discuss things like what's happening in town, what should we do as a group, that
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. We'll try to listen to everyone. Well, of course, I mean, some of us are more uh, influent than other, because some of us did things like like a lot of people respect me because of my job. So when I say something, well, maybe I have a bit of more weight to my words, but everyone's free to ask something or propose something.
Well, I think I got something to ask and maybe something to propose.
Sure.
I guess first to ask, you guys up to anything tonight? Or anything you need a extra helping hand for? It seems like my kind of
Well,
place. Feels very friendly, very homey. I like it.
I mean, we're just gathering to discuss idea right now, because
Hmm.
what's happening recently. I mean, if you want to be in the know, um, the Invictus, it's like every covenant is like spread out throughout, well, most of Europe's and the United States, like.
Hmm.
But back in medieval ages, the Invictus was like one big empire. And I've got some words that some hassle in the rest of France are trying to get the Invictus back together to kind of like we have princes for each city, but they kind of want to have a prince for the whole country, and I'm not really we're not really happy about that. And I
I think
know
I'll,
the prince isn't happy about that either. So
well, I think I'll put €5 down on them proposing the term emperor.
yeah, they
But
kind of want to get their empire back, and I'm not a fan of that.
I can
Hey, at
imagine.
least, but the prince is not, because he's not happy about that either, because that means, well, that means she has a boss, and princes don't like to have someone they, well, over their positions, if you know.
I think I heard a little bit about what it took to get her on top. I imagine having to do that a second time isn't going to be fun.
Yeah. So now we're trying to decide what to do about that. But well, um, if you have any things interesting to say, you can always try to, well, just say it.
Hmm. All right. Well, I guess I'm coming in here and I got a bit of my own socialist leaning. And I got the feeling that, well, a couple nights in this city, it's not really too friendly to neonates, is it?
No, it's not.
I've
That's
been,
well,
yeah, I've been having a bit of a rough time of it. So I've been
yeah.
thinking, well, why not collectivize a few resources? Well, the most important one anyway. Maybe give some other neonates a place to go. Someplace
Well,
safe. Someplace that doesn't demand anything. I think that'd be good for any
there's
community. Well, why
yeah. I
not? Why
mean,
not us?
there's already something like that operating. I mean, Lena here, the she points to the girl who was yelling
Hmm.
uh, earlier. She's already taking, like, she's kind of helping neonates, like, of the movement to get a place to sleep and something to eat. Like, sh she's okay with going once a week, or go grab a nib of, well, a vitae in their territory. And there's one of her brother, like, what was his name again? I mean, Damien Septimi, like, a guy in the Lancet and Sanctum. He's not like the rest of them. He actually is a, actually has a, well, he offers asylum and sanctuary to kindred that are nowhere else to go. So
What
there's
did you
already
say his name was
something.
again? Damien?
Damien Septimi, yeah.
I'm just trying to roll through like the list of people here and say like, do I remember him?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he was there for a brief period.
Yeah,
I didn't get to talk to him.
he's not too preachy, but he's a nice guy for a priest. You know.
Well, I guess it kind of comes with the personality and job description.
I mean, I know they're a bloodline or something of Deva, but they all, like, have some kind of, I don't know, divine mission or thing like that to be nice. Or I really don't know what their shit is all about, but they're usually nice, Septimis.
All right.
and very passionate.
Joshua's gonna just sort of mentally note down, Damien, nice guy. Talk to him sometime.
Yeah. So, how much do you yourself know of the history of the movement?
Uh, well, Christoph knows a bit more about me, but well, the moves many people say the movement began in France. Actually, I'm not sure, like with the revolution and all of that things, but not sure it's true. Wasn't around, but yeah, some say the movement came from Paris. I'm during the revolution from a guy of the Lancet Sanctum, so yeah, that's when we don't like each other. But it's been going on for like 4, 5 centuries now. I mean, every branch of the movement is like unique. I mean, if you go to another town where we all want things to change, but we are not really all agreeing on what needs to change and we should implement a new, a new society for us. But we're getting there, bits by bits. It's like a big social experiment. We're trying to see what works and what don't works, but yeah, we don't have a lot of elders in our ranks, but the few we have, they're usually very passionate about the cause.
Don't suppose there are any actually in Nantes, are there?
There are one. Well, I mean, she's a bit like reclusive, but there is one of them. She was, for the longest time, she was an Invictus, and then, like 1 century ago, she decided that the Cartians were a lot more interesting. I don't know. She played because she doesn't really participate in or debates because I think she's afraid she will try. She will influence people. She's usually just lending her help to the movement. But yeah,
Hmm.
she's a strange one.
So taking a bit of a background approach. Well, I guess keeping open communications would be good.
Oh well, she won't. Don't sure she wants to meet every new neonates, but sure. I mean, I could try to go meet her. I know she's teaching. She likes to teach us about like power of the blood, thing like that. All the stuff.
Right, and Joshua will nod and go, well, if you ever do get around to talking to her, and if she happens to be willing to meet and talk, maybe I'd like to say hello.
I mean,
No.
sure, you can give you her number, but I'm not sure she will actually respond.
Oh, well, if she doesn't, nothing lost, nothing gained. No problems. So if she actually gives me that number, I'm gonna go ahead and
Yep.
write it down here.
And she tells you the girl's name is Melissa.
Melissa, last name is
No last name.
Melissa. I'm going to say Carthian
Yeah,
Elder.
I think she may have been actually a prince in another city. I'm not sure, but that's a theory of mine. Like, she's been into some really tough shits with Empire's politic and just had enough, and that's my theory.
Hmm. Joshua just kind of mentally notes that for now. Well, I guess for tonight, I guess I could just have some academic conversation. It's been a while.
Sure, I mean,
Um,
was
if you
yeah.
don't want to get into like the super nitty gritty of politics, maybe I could go and start talking with Lena about well, her one vampire, one vote cause, and my ideas of collectivism, and just have a nice academic chat.
Sure. You do you want to roleplay that or just
Uh, nah, let's roll that one out. I think, or just like have it happen.
all
I'm just
right.
engaging people and trying to like get a read on them, what their personalities are, and maybe how they feel.
You can do a with socialize.
It's socialize. Yep, and we got normal there. One success.
Yeah, you talk a bit with her. She's very she talks to a lot of people, but she takes a while, some moments to like greet you, ask her, how are you, like how's the vampire life has been going with you, and she hears your concern and how you like have trouble feeding yourself and that kind of thing, and she can see that she's very passionate. She has an humanitarian side a bit. She's like she proposed you to, like, if you want you can come into a territory. It's not a great place. It's in the middle of town, not downtown, but more in a people's more in a quiet part of town, but it's not the suburbs. So
Right, right. But still, thank you for the offer. It's definitely incredibly generous of you. It would definitely make my nights a little easier until I can finally settle in.
sure, I mean, if you I have no problem with that if you want to.
Okay. And I guess from an out of game perspective, would this be the process of like applying status to get that from the Carthian movement?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So that would basically be a dot of feeding ground if I just like go hang out with her.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just let me check status a bit.
I got like one status right now. You can trade in status for like some favors every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah, the Carthians have a very special merit to do with that called Carthian pull.
Mm-hmm. I think they get even more out of that. Like they could like pick a retainer or something, or contacts or allies.
Well, status are a prerequisite to buy some merits.
Mhm.
So if you want to buy some merits with status, you can apply that. But like, hmm.
Right, right. But still, in talking with her, I'll also go like, I so speaking of all this collectivism, I've actually been thinking like, well, maybe doing like what you're doing, set up a nice area for other neonates. I actually have a
Well,
friend you might be interested in. Celine Winters. She's also new, but she's got a little bit of money, and I think she has a plan around that same sort of idea.
I mean, the thing is, we have to gain some territory to, well, conventional means before we can
Hmm.
try to pull up, some feeding grounds for ourselves and the neonates of the movement.
And if I understand, after getting the actual territory, you still have to get the prince to agree.
Well, no, we have to get the prince to agree to grant us territory, and we have to. Well, we kind of have to actually maintain it. That means going out after poachers or Invictus jerks that will try to steal. Just if we don't appear strong, we are gonna have our territory just, well, give it. They will give it to someone who can actually keep it.
Right. But in which case, well, you've been around longer than us. Surely your
Sure.
word must carry a little more weight than ours. But if maybe you could, well, support us in that sort of endeavor, maybe we could find a way to support you in turn. Grow both of these territories at the same time. Maybe find our own place in the city and, well, set up a grander experiment.
Mm, sure. I mean, I could leverage some. I could try to speak to the prince and with Christoph if you want to get your own territory, but I mean, you will have to. If someone comes from the movement comes and wants to feed, you will have to help them. All right, that's fair. I mean,
Absolutely. That's what I want to do more than anything. I just want to be helpful.
all right. She extends her hands.
All right. Joshua will go ahead and give it a nice compatriot shake.
That's the deal then.
Until then. And of course, Joshua will just continue talking to her and the other two, and I guess, does Lucian talk to anyone?
Don't know.
Yeah, I think about having Lucian talk to Kristoff.
What does Lucian want to talk to Christoph about?
His own take on the history of a coffee movement, as well as, since he seems to be the most well-versed coffee nerd, perhaps a bit insight on well, how the movement itself views the other local covenant.
Do me a presence socialized role. Well, the castle movement is kind of it's kind of big for the city. It's the second largest covenant after the Invictus. They're trying to gain some political weight because for now they're just seen as a young boys club or something like that. But he lets you in on. He begins to talk a bit about laws in the city and how the Cafians have. Well, do you? I think you have Christian status, right?
Lucian does, yeah.
Yeah, he talks a bit about like we have the other covenant have magic and things like that, and well, we kind of have something similar to like protect ourselves. And well, when we pass a law among ourselves, like when we talk and decide that we should apply this, it's hard to explain, but words have some kind of weird power over the city, and when we decide on the law, well, it kind of take effects on the city. It's I guess it's some kind of magic. I'm not sure. I heard we got this from extinct covenants that use the same set of like. It's really more like mm, it's like magical politics or magical legalism. It,
That sounds intriguing.
it is. Um, it's really our main line of defenses. We set laws, and as long as we respect them, we gain some minor benefits. against the, well, other covenants.
Yeah. I assume the other covenants have some sort of binding towards these laws as well.
Well, that depends. I mean, I am knowledgeable about those things, but I don't want to let on too much. I mean, it's really our aces in only ace, so not that I don't trust you or anything, but yeah, maybe if you learn a bit more, I mean, I would be willing to talk about it in more calm setting because right now, I mean, I'm not really comfortable in pubs like this.
It is understandable.
But yeah, I mean, it's not exactly a secret. It's well known, but
No one likes to show the complete extent of the hands they're going to play.
it's not like that. Um, it ah, it's just hard to explain.
Eh,
We're not sure how it works either. I mean, there's a lot of guessing involved in this.
hmm,
But yeah, there's a power among kindred that can will the consensus of the movement. Maybe it's some kind of weird discipline or things of the blood or something like that. We're not really. I mean, I'm not really. I'm interested in it, but I'm not really a magician or a sorcerer or things like that. So I don't really know how it works. We just know it works, and we know where and when to apply those.
well, still, all that just sounds extraordinary, really. Eh, So this
Yeah,
is me speaking as a neonate.
yeah. I mean, if you want to be part of the movement, well, you're welcome. We don't really have initiation or membership cards or something like that. But if you're in the movement, we expect you like to help the movement and actually participate in our operations.
Yeah, I'm ready and willing. Because at least it's a simple use. It's basically it seems like one a big case of you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, which is something I'm not one to argue with.
Yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, I mean that's more power to you if you, but like don't go around breaking laws and setting fires to vampire. And revolution is something to be planned. That's mob justice isn't really something that will help us.
And also, not to mention that in my homeland's experience, Quebec, revolution can also be very quiet as well.
Yeah, I mean we're not the quiet types, that's for sure, but we still need to maintain the masquerade. Don't want people to find out and kill us all by fire, that kind of things. Very unpleasant.
You can be rest assured that the more the fire branding stuff ain't my style really. Like I said, I'm more the subtle type.
Well, good. I mean, I've heard rumors of domain where the cartoons are, well, have gone full on ape shit and dethroned the vampires in positions, but well, if you just take the reign and don't have s- support of the majority of vampires in the city, well, it tends to end badly for whoever is in charge.
Yeah, sounds exactly like my career in life.
All right, I'll talk to you later. I need to talk to a few more people to try to calm everyone's down after a little show we had at the beginning of the reunion.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I shall leave you to it, monsieur.
Good night.
Right.
And what do you two do now that I mean, you have a good time. It's like everyone's kind of friendly to you because you're new. No one tried to give
Mhm.
you any hard business. Like nobody's offering anything to you to drink because
Because of
this
course.
because there's not a lot of ghouls and well, the few ghouls you see talk like they're talking openly to vampires and not really being all that subservient and obedient like you saw at the Invictus party or anything like that.
So I guess the good question is, are these like a lot of free ghouls?
You ask around, and no, I mean they have a regent, but they're given their own agenda. They're more like members of the movement.
Okay.
But you do know that there are two family of free ghouls in town. Like you've already met one, the Duchesne, and you heard about another family, the called Keran, something like that. You're not sure.
Hmm.
It's a
Okay.
weird sounding name. Like,
Millard?
no, um, not my loud. You like the family name of the ghoul is Keran, and you don't think you met someone with this name.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
No.
Indeed, definitely doesn't sound like a French name.
But the Duchesnes definitely seem like the fancy types at the very least.
Well, yeah. I mean, you met two of them. One was hosting the party that got you into this mess, and the other was propriet as owner of the delirium. Sorry.
Hmm.
So yeah, they seem like the fancy types.
Okay. Uh, I think the only thing to left to hear right now is Charles's perspective, which I guess over talking over the night, maybe eventually we hear at least like what he has to say.
He's kind of xenophobic towards like he's not really. I mean, this part of France has the least immigrants because
Hmm.
there's not a lot of work around here. But he's really xenophobic because like lots of immigrants are either very religious, like Christian, Muslim, and
Hmm.
he seems to think that it's only fitting. Doesn't have anything against that. Well, he does because he thinks they're going right into the Lanza Sanctum feeding stock, and he doesn't like that.
Ah, okay then.
Um, and yeah, he's a bit of a isolationist, separatist, like kind of wants to make Brittany to its own country again. But
Hmm.
he's not really racist. He doesn't have anything like. There's a lot of vampire of a lot of ethnicity present and doesn't have anything against races, but
He's like anarcho-nationalist or
yeah,
something. Just like completely like spread like across the entire spectrum. It's like, well,
it's
I don't want any rules or control, but I do want this place to be its own territory.
yeah. I mean,
Which
if you
is
feel
as
like
strange a position as anyone in the Carthian movement can get, that's
yeah,
for
if
sure.
his position is if you feel like this is your country, then it
Hmm.
is. But he's very anti-religion. He doesn't really like religion
Right.
at
Okay.
all, and you can clearly his position against the other covenant is the Invictus. He kind of understands. The Circle of the Crown and the Lucerne Sanctum he despises and is very wary of the Ordo Dracul. He doesn't trust them. And if you ask him, it's because he heard rumor that a lot of Ordo Dracul are ex-Nazi or something like that. It sounds like conspiracy theory.
Joshua just gets the shivers when he hears that. Vampire Nazis. Slightly worse
Yeah.
than zombie Nazis.
Slightly worse, yeah. But that's just something he heard, so he doesn't trust the Ordo Dracul, but doesn't really have anything against them,
Mhm.
other than they're creepy as fuck. And that's basically all. Like,
So yeah, Joshua will keep talking, make friends, make, random little contacts with ghouls too, and, make sure it's like, hey, I'm new in town. Hey, do you have friends?
sure.
That kind of thing, just be polite, be friendly.
The two ghouls you meet again are Julie and Marcus.
Oh, Julie was a ghoul.
Yeah.
Oh, I
She's
thought
not a
she was
vampire.
a new arrival, like we were.
Oh, yes. That's Leah. She's here too. She's
Oh,
clearly a
Leah.
Nosferatu too.
Oh yeah, so obviously, like, say hi to Leah as well while we're here. And of course, say hi to Marcus as well. It's like, hey, I remember you.
Yeah,
You drove
Marcus
us
is
around a little bit.
friendly. Leah is really shy. She's like just listening.
Mhm.
And after a while, like people stop trying to get her into the conversation and things like that. She's here, but she's not an outsider. But she's clearly uncomfortable. Must be an two things.
Well, Joshua will give it his best chance to like strike up any kind of conversation with her.
She's not really.
Mhm.
You know that she comes from a. She's actually one of the few Nosferatu that doesn't uh, come directly from Lucian Sire's line.
Ooh.
Double O.
Basically, in the city of Nosferatu has very present. There's two types of Nosferatu. There's one line that's kind of the typical Nosferatu, hides underground and just send their neonates to represent them. And there is like what was his name again? Shit.
Bloodline name?
Sorry, what?
The Bloodline's name?
Yeah.
If memory corrects me, well,
The Cockmar. Yeah, I was thinking of your sire's name. Yeah, there's a line of Jean Gremont is pretty much the sire of the Nofser. Not the sire, but the patriarch of nearly
Of the local
75%.
Nosferatu.
Yeah, 75% of the local Nosferatu descend from him from one way or another. And
That
the
is
rest
a word.
kind of hides underground. Just minding their own business.
Yeah, sounds like another person Lucian would be interested in talking to.
Actually, doesn't really want to talk. That's the thing.
Oh, crap.
I mean, that's what you extract from her after hours of socializing, that she's new, she's kind of representing the Nosferatu that stay out of local politics.
Mm-hmm.
So she's here to give them a voice, but she's not really all that comfortable, and she seems to be trying to adjust to a new vampire life as well.
So I'll keep my conversation short and sweet with her and just kind of go, Hey, if you want to hang out sometime, have some fun, come visit me sometime. And he'll go ahead and pass over like a little piece of paper, like his address and number on it.
All right. It's been 3 hours and I'm getting a bit tired and the pain is coming back. So
Aw,
um,
you gotta rest up, man. You gotta rest up.
yeah, I think we'll stop there if that's okay with everyone.
That's no problem with me.
Okay.
All right.
Got to be the
Everyone,
most social part of the game for the game day, I suppose.
everyone gains a bit.
Hooray!
Did anyone fulfill or make progress towards any aspirations?
I think I certainly made Carthian friends.
Yes, you did.
Mine was also caffeine related.
What was?
Now, and now I have a contact for a potential blood doll.
Yes, you do.
Yay.
Yes, you did, Lucian.
Hey,
Would
Ivan.
I guess quick interjection.
You made progress towards your second aspiration, so that's another bit for you.
I found a teacher for magic.
Yep. And if you want, you can already put points in mentor. If you want to.
Still saving those for the actual magic.
Alright. No problem.
I mean, I've already got a 5-dot mentor anyway.
Oh, yeah, I mean, because you don't really use him very much, and you don't really have
No, because the idea is that he's forcing himself onto me. That just hasn't happened in the game yet because you haven't used it.
Not right now, no.
Yeah, because I don't
Because I
want
need
to
to-
use it, but it's for you to use against me.
Yeah, but I mean, I can use that without the mentor dots. I mean,
Yeah, but no, the dots represent who he is, how powerful of a mentor he is.
yeah, but a mentor helps you, and he won't really. I mean,
He helps me, but in character, I don't want him to help me. That's why I have
Alright,
an aspiration
but-
against that.
But you have to ask me to use it without your character asking. I mean,
I want you to use it without me asking.
but actually, will I mean, your brother is more of a mentor to you.
No, he's not. He's somebody I'm using.
I'm going to actually drop the call for now because I have to prepare for the next game and I want to eat something first.
Oh
so,
yeah. No
all
problem.
right. See you guys later.
Yeah.
All right, if you want to.
Oh
I'll
yeah,
definitely try.
one more.
Well, yeah.
Find out how to be safe as a vampire. Would organizing with the Carthian movement towards that end count as helping
Yeah.
fulfill that goal?
Yeah, that's for numbers.
Ooh.
Is anyone satisfied with the session? Did I?
Yeah, every group got about an hour apiece. Works out well.
I'm happy where we got.
Mm.
Got to meet all the Carthian people, make some inroads, and get an idea of like where they're going and where we can go with them.
same
Like
here.
it.
All right. I'll try to get my things better because I'm really struggling with
Mhm.
Ivan Father because I need to revise something about him.
That's right, I'm struggling with him too. Except that I'm not, because you don't use it.
Alright.
Uh,
So I'm gonna go rest up for the next game here too. So
Yeah.
I'll catch you guys in a bit.
I'm going to go, but well, if everything was okay, I'm happy. So.
Yep.
Any critics? Anything? Other thing to say?
Nope.
Not got a bad thing to say.
All right. See you later. Next week, I guess. Yeah.
See.
Bye.